Let me ask you something honest. When was the last time you actually felt like doing the hard thing? Not the easy thing, not the comfortable thing, the hard thing. Because most of us are sitting around waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel motivated, waiting for the right morning, the right mood, the right sign from the universe. And the universe is watching you wait and is asking one question. How badly do you actually want this? Here's what no one tells you about transformation. It never announces itself. It never comes dressed in comfort. It never shows up when the conditions are perfect. It shows up in the dark, in the tired, in there, I have done this 100 times and I don't know if it's working. It shows up precisely in the moment when you don't feel like it. And that is not a coincidence. Your brain, and I mean this literally, scientifically, your brain is not designed to help you grow. It is designed to keep you alive. There is a part of your brain called the amygdala. Every single time you try to do something unfamiliar, something new, something that stretches you, it fires. It floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline. It screams, danger, go back, stay where it's safe. This is why you feel resistance before the gym, before the hard conversation, before the creative work, before the prayer, before the meditation, before anything that actually matters. Your brain has learned that familiar equals safe, so it will always fight to pull you back to what it knows. But here's the thing your brain doesn't know. You are not just a brain. The Stoics understood this 2,000 years ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way is the way." Rumi said it differently. He said, "What hurts you blesses you. Darkness is your candle." And Buddha, he didn't sit under that Bodhi tree because it was comfortable. He sat there through the storm, through the doubt, through every demon his mind could conjure. And on the other side of that discomfort was enlightenment. And Jesus looked at his disciples and said something that stopped them cold. Unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. He was not speaking only about himself. He was describing the law of transformation, the same law written into every seed, every cocoon, every human being who has ever dared to become something more. You cannot bear fruits while you are protecting the shell. Every great tradition, every great teacher, every great mind across human history has said the same thing in 1,000 different languages. The door to your becoming is made of discomfort. Think about the caterpillar. Inside the cocoon, it doesn't just grow wings. It dissolves completely into liquid. It loses everything it was before it becomes what it was always meant to be. That is not a metaphor. That is biology. That is what transformation actually looks like. And science call it neuroplasticity. Every time you do the hard thing, every time you push past the point where your mind says stop, you are literally rewiring your brain. You are building new neural pathways. You are becoming, at the cellular level, a different person. I know this because I lived it. A few years ago, I was running a startup and I gave it everything. I mean, everything. Up at 6, in bed at 11, 7 days a week, eating once a day, barely, not sleeping enough, not moving enough, not resting enough, not breathing, just pushing, grinding, forcing. I told myself it was discipline, but it wasn't discipline. It was desperation dressed up as hustle. And after 2 years of that, my body broke. My health collapsed. My mind was exhausted. And then the startup failed anyway. All of it gone. And I remember sitting there thinking, I lost the business. I lost my money. I lost my health. I lost myself. What exactly did I win? That was my cocoon. I didn't see it then, but I had dissolved completely into nothing. And I had a choice. Stay broken, stay stuck, stay lost in what I had lost, or start building something new. So I started small, painfully small. I went back to the gym, not to perform, not to prove anything, just to show up. Some days I could barely finish a set. Some days I almost didn't walk through the door, but I kept the promise, one day at a time. And slowly, quietly, something began to shift, not just in my body, in my mind, in my spirit. I was being rebuilt. And the person who came out on the other side of that breaking is the person standing here right now, talking to you. The startup had died for this to live. I had to dissolve before I could become. So those mornings when you don't feel like getting up, those evenings when you don't feel like showing up, those moments when the voice in your head says, not today, maybe tomorrow, that is not weakness. That is the threshold. And the only question is, will you cross it? Because transformation will never take place while you are comfortable. Let me say that again, slowly. Transformation will never take place while you are comfortable. You are not here to be comfortable. You are here to become. You are a spiritual being, a spark of the divine, having a physical experience in this body, this mind, this resistance you feel. It is the friction that forges you. Gold doesn't become gold by sitting in a comfortable room. It goes through fire. The grain doesn't become fruit by staying in the ground. It dies first. So the next time you don't feel like it, smile. Not because it's easy, but because you now know what it means. It means you are standing at the exact edge of who you used to be. The threshold is right here. Step through.